Mauritius is the proud host of the 23rd ICCA Congress, marking the first time in ICCA's history that the event is held in an African country. Mauritius has engaged in a systematic effort to establish itself as a safe seat for international arbitration, as well as a regional center of excellence for training and capacity building in this field. Mauritius has a deep-rooted respect for the rule of law and a unique blend of civil and common law. In short, Mauritius is a natural place to develop international arbitration. And arbitration requires a particular ecosystem to thrive. For that purpose, ladies and gentlemen, in November 2008, we enacted a state-of-the-art new International Arbitration Act based on the ainsi trial model law. In 2013, we amended and improved that act and promulgated related rules of court. Like the model law, the act applies only to international arbitration and not to domestic arbitration. The act further disconnects the arbitral process from the national courts by entrusting all appointing functions, as well as other measures relating to arbitral proceedings, to the Permanent Court of Arbitration, the PCA, headquartered in The Hague. In so doing, the Act guarantees that the conditions of non-interference with arbitration truly exist in Mauritius. LCIA MIAC has already handled its first cases and recently won the Global Arbitration Review 2015 award for up-and-coming arbitral institution. LCIA MIAC clauses are increasingly being used in Africa-related and India-related transactions. By establishing itself as a preferred arbitration venue, Mauritius stands for legal certainty and good governance. While Mauritius proudly markets its beaches, textiles, IT expertise, and financial services, we feel that we have an even more precious asset to offer, a predictable legal framework and a stable political system.
Mais sa conférence-là, c'est une conférence qui met Maurice sur le map du monde. Alors, dans sa nouvelle vision, pour le relance secteur services financiers dans Maurice, International Arbitration est un pas bien important. Et là, nous parlons à la loi pour faire un global law firms qui est capable de venir setup dans Maurice, un regional headquarters pour l'Afrique. Et ça vous donne beaucoup d'opportunités à nous graduer. Non seulement du côté légal, mais dans beaucoup les autres sphères aussi, finance, administration. Et ça forme partie de la vision que nous mettons en place depuis l'année dernière pour relancer Maurice sur le secteur services financiers. Amène ça dans global law firms. Là, Maurice, avec tous les clients, pour amener un niveau d'activité conséquent qui est capable, bien sûr, de tous nous graduer sans ce qu'ils ont besoin. Non seulement pour gain de travail, pour travailler dans Maurice, mais aussi pour qu'ils deviennent employable at international level.
On lit bien pourtant, comme Wintan, M. Bhadain dit, comme M. Donovan aussi peut dire, il y a un grand débat depuis plusieurs années sur la légitimité de l'arbitrage international. Pour beaucoup de monde, ne pas même connaître qui y était, mais nous bien connaître qui y était, parce que tout le gros procès qu'il peut faire aujourd'hui, les trade flows, les investment flows, il peut résoudre par ça le système d'arbitrage. Mais dans le pays en voie de développement, pas vraiment une la voie là-dedans, et Maurice peut faire un gros travail pour nous penser à la voie là. Donc évidemment, ça est bien important. Et puis tout un aspect commercial qui me pensait dans le Mauricien pour comprendre qu'ici, ça a une forme de résolution des différends là, pays de Maurice, nous pour gagner une retombée économique. Et le ministère des services financiers, continuer l'effort que nous peut faire déjà pour intégrer ça avec Financial Services encore plus. Donc encore quand même quelque chose d'assez attrayant pour Maurice dans les années à venir.
International arbitration's traditional advantages for foreign investors are well known. Neutrality, speed, confidentiality, cost, technical expertise, the ability of investors to have a significant say in the selection of arbitrators, applicable substantive and procedural law. These perceived advantages are why foreign investors in Africa choose arbitration as a preferred settlement mechanism for both investor-state and commercial disputes. In an era of robust competition for direct foreign investment, accepting international arbitration was regarded by African and other developing countries almost as a prerequisite for securing investment capital. Arbitration has been viewed by foreign investors as Salim Munal just mentioned, as a default form for settling trade and investment disputes. Thousands of cases, mostly commercial, are heard every year. The number of arbitration institutions have swelled as a result. There are now over 100 international and regional arbitration centers around the globe. International arbitration and investment law, like all systems of law, have to maintain an equilibrium between stability and flexibility to advance justice in an efficient and effective manner. The UNCITRAL rules on transparency and the Mauritius Convention have thus been developed to strike a balance between public interest in transparency and the disputing parties' right and interest in protecting confidential information. The recent conclusion of the African Union, United Nations Economic Commission for Africa high-level panel on illicit financial outflow from Africa, chaired by President Thabo Mbeki, estimates that Africa loses over $50 billion a year through tax evasion, bribes, and other forms of corruption, unbelievably making it a net creditor to the rest of the world. It is disappointing that the Mauritius Treaty has so far been signed by only few countries and ratified by one, Mauritius.